up, you guys? How y'all doing? Finally decided to get my recap out of the way for UH softball, their conference home series opener. They opened it up with three games against Long Beach State, the team that was picked to win the Big West. And fortunately, UH was able to get away with one win against them. Now, unfortunately, they did go 1-2 against Long Beach State. They were swept in their doubleheader, but they managed to win their single match on Friday, 6-1. Unfortunately, the doubleheader did not go very well. They will lose the first game 8-3, and then lose the second one 9-1 in 6 innings. So I'm going to get into that a little bit, but first of all, before I do that, guys, just remember, subscribe. If you think that I'm worth listening to, that's good enough for me. And we'll have a game up later before this week is over. So with that being said, let's get into this. Okay, Long Beach State. This is a team that I kind of had some little half and half feelings about because UH, just like Cal State Fullerton, UH softball, they haven't really had the best of luck against Long Beach, and unfortunately that remained true this season. But they did win the first game emphatically 6-1, and I think they could have taken at least one win in the doubleheader. But the problem was in the first game, UH managed to get on the board and tie the game up after Long Beach put up 2 runs early, and it was 2-0 early. And then Jamie McGaughey blasts this double home run that you're seeing right here out to left field, and just like that, we're tied. And then to add to the fold, UH gets another run, I believe, by Eliana Senzori, and UH is in front 3-0 or 3-2, I should say. And after the game went scoreless, and after the game kind of remained that way for the next 3 innings, I thought, well, maybe they can pull it off. And I thought that was it for scoring. But unfortunately, Long Beach got back in front from a double home run by Jacqueline Bakar. And unfortunately, after that, UH is kind of ruined. That looked like it kind of ruined them, because after that, Long Beach State did the rest of the scoring, including 4 runs in the 7th. So that was unfortunate. I hope that UH had used that as motivation for the final game of the season of this series, I should say. But it just didn't work out. Long Beach got 5 runs in the first 4 innings. UH was held to just an RBI walk in the 5th. But they did have a chance to possibly tie it up in that 5th inning when they kept the bases loaded. But unfortunately, it didn't work out because with McGaughey at the plate, she hit a liner out to left field, and that was unfortunately caught, and that ruined their rally. And from that point on, it was all Long Beach State again. And give Long Beach credit because, like I said, they were picked to win the league while we were picked to finish 4th, which is somewhat encouraging when you look at it one way. But at the same time, it does give you something to prove because you think you got a top 3 in you. And University of Hawaii definitely has a top 3 in them. And from what they did in game 1, they proved that they were ready. But I do think that doubleheader was just a bump in the road. Unfortunately, I didn't get an interview. I kind of waited around a little too long in the doubleheader. But aside from that, I did get one from Carys Murakami, and this is what she said about the first game here.
We just have so much fun going out there and competing, and I think Addie did a great job throwing, and that allowed us to kind of settle in and get our bats going.
Yeah, I'm not going to let this 1-2 series against Long Beach State really kind of define them, because they're way better than that. I know that for sure. Do I think they're going to get any 3-0, get any season sweeps? I sure hope so. And I see Sunday against Cal State Bakersfield, they got a chance. I don't know about any others. Maybe Cal Poly, maybe Santa Barbara. I'm not quite sure. But then again, they are facing them at their places. Maybe UC San Diego as well. But then again, that softball is a sport that could go either way. And from what I saw in both the single game and the doubleheader, UH has got what it takes for a 3-0 sweep. Okay? Or at least get 2 wins overall. Because if you get 2 out of 3, you're feeling pretty good, but you always want that 3-0 sweep. And I think that they can pull it off. They're just going to have to hit the ground running and never look back. And obviously that's easier said than done. But then again, that doubleheader, it kind of got away from them. And if there was a reason why, aside from the fact they didn't play terribly, but I do think that some of their talent took a hit, literally, when Liliana Thomas took a shot to the face in the first game and she didn't return. And fortunately, I think she'll be okay for the CSUN games. That's their next series on the road at CSUN. But I think that they will come back, and I hope that they can vent all that anger and take it out on Cal State Northridge. And that's where Carys Murakami was last season. And as far as local kids go, I think Milana Ah-Yat is Kapolei grad is still at CSUN. And so is former UH player Jaden Nielsen. And I'm not sure how they're going to do. I like to think they're going to get a 3-0 sweep. They definitely did last year when CSUN came here. And if they can keep that momentum from last year into this year, they've got what it takes. But still, it's very early. It is a long way to go. I believe it's a 24-game series, considering you got or somewhere around 30 or so. But then again, I like to think that some of these games are going to be rained out for sure. But you never know. So is this going to help us moving? Do we take any momentum from the Long Beach State series? I like to think we did. I mean, like I said, they didn't play terribly, but I just did not see a spark in the doubleheader at least. Aside from that McGaughey homer in the first game. But after that, the offense was kind of held to a minimum. But the problem was they were out hit 10-9 and only put up 3 runs in the first game. But 9 hits, that's pretty good. But the problem is they only got 3 runs out of it. In the second game, they were held to only 4 hits. And aside from that RBI walk, UH didn't even get a run. So I think it was just one of those games for sure. And that's what Milan Ah-Yat told me about that game against that doubleheader against Bakersfield and Utah Tech. That it was just one of those games. They ended up losing 7-2 to Bakersfield. But I don't think that should be I don't think that's going to raise any concern at all. But you never know, because it was just one of those games. UH tried everything in that game. Nothing worked. Same goes for the second game against Long Beach State in the doubleheader. They tried everything. Nothing worked. So hopefully they can kind of answer some questions and be one of the top 6 teams to make the tournament. This is Bob Coolin's swan song. And I have a feeling that this is just a bump in the road, this doubleheader anyway. So we'll see what happens. UH will return home in a couple of weeks when they go up against, I believe, UC Davis is their next home series. And hopefully they can get 2 wins at least. Because if you get 2 out of 3, you're feeling pretty good. But you always want that 3-0 sweep. So anyway, guys, that's all for today. And remember, subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next home series against UC Davis. Everyone.
Final lines for the ball game for Long Beach State: 1 run on 7 hits, 1 error, and 6 left on base. For the Rainbow Wāhine, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 6 left on base. Thanks so much.